So, in our first reading today, we see how God created the fish, the birds on the fourth day, and also all other living animals on the fifth day. And and God says every time He created something, He says, and it was good. And it's really good to for the past few months I've been doing a lot of like outdoor activities, and I really enjoy nature. And in fact, like one winter camping that I did, I was feeding. People say that's a giant chickadee, but it's not a chickadee. It's a whiskey jack. It's a gray. What's that? The gray Canada gray. Canada gray? Is there a Canada gray? So it's huh? Gray jay, Canada. So it's a gray jay, okay? And so I was feeding it, and then and it fell on my it stood on my head, and I was like just so exhilarated by it, and so I made a YouTube video out of that and my freaking adventure videos, and it's so beautiful, right? And also like in fish, there's so many beautiful fish. I remember when I did some scuba diving when I was in the Philippines, and I saw different kinds of fish, different colors, just, different sizes also. I'm not into fishing yet here in Canada. I know Father Mark is into fishing, and he did ice fishing last week with some of our parishioners, and he caught a big pike fish. And it's so beautiful. He made a video out of it, and he's going to submit it to St. Mary's Got Talent. And we had the pike fish for breakfast yesterday, so it was really very delicious. So the beauty of the birds, the beauty of the fish, the beauty of whenever I'm traveling, I'm so fascinated when I see horses, cows, especially moose. When I'm traveling, my camera is always ready. When I'm traveling and there's like an area where there's moose, if they see a moose, I'll stop over, get out of my car, and then do a recording of the moose. So I don't know why I'm fascinated of it. I know one time I was in Cape Breton, and I saw moose, and I was doing like a selfie with the moose on my back. And I thought that moose are tame animals. So I posted it on Facebook, and people were saying, you shouldn't be doing that, right? Because the moose could run out of me. So I was doing a selfie, video, and picture, and the moose just behind me. So it's beautiful. But despite all the beauty of God's creation, the Lord reserved the best creation for us human beings. Okay? And it says here that, when God created human beings in His image, right? In the image of God. And it says here that, He made us. He says here, let us make human beings in our image. Our, it's in the plural. Because God is not just speaking by Himself here. He's representing the three persons in the Trinity. And God is a communion of three persons, a communion of persons, a communion of love. Okay? And so we're called, we're called to be in communion with others also. We can't be in solidarity. We need to be in communion with others. And also, God is love, and we're created by love, for love. Okay? And for us to be able to love, He separated us. He distinctly created us distinctly from human other creation. And what set us apart from animals is that the three things. He has given us memory. He has given us reason, which is knowledge. And He's also given us free will. Three things that we need in order to be able to love. Without these three things, we won't be able to love. So, and as we experience the love of God in our lives, we will be able to love Him in return. And that's the beauty of it, right? And that's the envy of animals, that we are given this ability and the privilege to be able to love God in return. Animals, they don't have that privilege. Animals, they don't have that ability. But for us human beings, we do have. Okay? And as human beings, the Lord also called us, it says here, have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the air and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. He's given us this authority to have dominion. Okay? All these things are yours. Okay? The thing is, we must have dominion over these things. These things must not have dominion over us. That's the problem. That's the problem we face. We let other things, have dominion over us. When we have attachments, when we have addictions, we're letting things, people, have dominion over us. And that should not be the case. Because when we let other things, let other creatures, let other people have dominion over us, we're being enslaved. And we're not called to be slaves. We're called to be children of God. Okay? We're beloved sons and daughters. Okay? And when we're having these things have dominion over us, we're loving these things more than God. And that's what we're not called to do. Okay? So let's examine ourselves. Okay? We're given this ability, this privilege, to have dominion over things. Are there things or other creation or other people who are having dominion over us? Because it should only be God who have dominion over us. Okay? And if we see that there's things, creation or other things that are having dominion of ours, let's ask the Lord to detach ourselves from these things. Because all these things were given to us for us to use for our necessity. And also to be able to use, to be able to serve God and serve others. Other reason than that, we should let go. We should let go of things, that is blocking us from loving God and from being useful to others.